a Klein screwdriver here. I've had the orange version for 6 months now. This one is the all black, and I'm going to see is there any difference between the ratchet and the grip. Probably not, but I really want this to be nice as much as it's probably not, man. Klein is really letting me down lately. So we're going to find out. What's my first impression on a Klein screwdriver that I should not have bought? How's it going?
Hey, Josh, Caleb.
We put in the title, what's integrity, because I told a story about whenever I was I don't even know. I wasn't even doing infrared yet. And the pressure that they put you in the job site to get things done.
Mm.
And they pretty much scheduled something that was like an impossible schedule. And when does it matter? When are you allowed to cheat? When shouldn't you cheat? Should you cheat at all? If you're gonna fix it, does it still make it okay? It's different than leaving it, of course, but it's still cheating, right?
Yes.
We're gonna talk about that. So while I'm unboxing this, also you've got a surprise here. You've got one of these things here. Not this one, but you got one like it.
Yes, I
I'm
have
trying
a
not to push any buttons.
webcast webmaster.
We're gonna try to get you hooked up on that also. So what's going on, Sarush, Justin Richards?
Is this one easier by any chance?
Big Josh, Caleb Ross. What's going on?
I mean, this one could be easier.
Okay, what you got, sir? I'm gonna start opening this.
I have the live webcast sound mixer X50.
Oh my goodness.
It sounds impressive, but it's only impressive if you know what's going on with it, and I don't.
I almost thought I didn't hook this thing up correctly because I couldn't hear you for half a second, not knowing that you're still trying to hook yours up.
Yeah, so it's got all of these things in the back.
All right.
Probably should just unhook it and start afresh.
Yeah. I picked this tool up, the orange one specifically. We're going to kind of do both things. We're going to keep the stream moving too. I picked this one up. I saw some guy that I was inspecting for. He had one of these, and I had him open up a panel for me so I could get inside of it, see what he did. He pulled this thing out, and the first thing I noticed was that all the tips were parallel, and I knew instantly that I had to have one.
That made you want to have one.
This lasted for about a month before the grip started fading, slipping, all that. I'm already noticing that the ratcheting mechanism is fairly easy to move.
Mm-hmm.
But they still make really nice shaped tips for these screwdrivers. So it's something that I can overlook.
Those tips are for her pleasure.
Potentially, yeah. Oh, wait. Hang on a second. This. What is that? Dude, that's an ECX tip.
Yes, that's Odin's beard.
That's an ECX tip on this Klein screwdriver. Why didn't they put that in the orange one?
I have no idea.
Dude, I've been missing out on life. This is huge. This is the Phillips and the square built-in one in this screwdriver. Hard to see.
That was a South Park episode, Charlton. Okay, that didn't work.
Okay, so what you got to do? Let's see what pieces you got.
Well, I got the headset, but for some reason it's maybe if I moved it over here.
What's up, Jonathan?
Yeah, that didn't work either. You're still coming out of my phone.
Okay, so you
Can you
need to
hear this?
take a US. Yes.
Okay, that's weird. You
Okay.
can hear that.
Yes.
I can't hear anything out of the headphones. or the
Okay, you need to
headset.
plug it in. Either it's going to say headphones or monitor. You got a monitor?
It says headphones and earpiece, or
Earpiece is
headset.
interesting.
Headset and earphones. Headset and earphones.
Okay,
So
do
maybe if I move it
earphones.
over one. All right, try it.
Yeah. Does that work?
Now you're still coming out of the phone.
Okay.
Mhm.
You need to plug a USB into the phone and then
Already
plug a
did.
US. What options do you have for that USB?
It says OTGPC Live.
Okay.
I also
Oh.
have an option with a little phone looking thing, but it takes a 3.5 millimeter jack.
Oh, no. That's what you need.
Oh, you mean one of these?
The USB. Yes. Plug that into your phone. So, yes, exactly. Do that.
All right.
Aloha
let's
from the
let's
stormy
try this.
northern Maine woods. What's up, George?
I'm sorry, I'm helpless when it comes to this stuff.
Told you I would get you on the next live, Tactics. What's up, man? What's up? Hey, I pissed a lot of people off on that one short. Oh, I can hear myself.
I can hear myself.
I can hear myself.
I can hear myself talk.
Echo.
Echo.
Can you hear me? It's like my own
It's like
personal
my own
monitor.
personal monitor.
It's repeating
It's
everything that I
everything
say.
that I say.
So that's going to be an out, not an in. You need the in. Quarters was just hit. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
That's great.
That's great.
See here,
See,
so many
many
holes.
holes.
Right, exactly, Charlton.
Exactly, Charlton.
I cannot
I
hear
cannot
you, sir.
hear you, sir.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, anyway, I told a story about before I even became an
before I
infrared
became an
tech,
infrared tech.
and I had some extra
Extra
neutrals.
neutrals.
Tried to hide them from the inspector, and this guy thought that he was going to let me know how upset he was by unsubscribing. It's like, if you don't want a transparent channel, that's up to you. Stream is echo as well. Yeah. Didn't mean to hide that. It's all good. It probably wasn't the worst one that we could have hidden, man. Oh hell, you're gonna start picking my brain now. I love nothing about computers at all. No, nothing.
No,
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah.
Sounds bad.
Sounds bad.
And you were not in live chat. There's an echo. Yes, we know there's an echo. Hey. Unplug me, sir, from that jack. Unplug it.
Unplug it.
The echo is rough. I can't hear you.
I hate you.
I know.
Okay.
You couldn't figure it out.
You just so you know, this is the shit you do to me all the time.
Right.
So
Well,
it's
I
nice
used
to
to.
pay you back once.
I know. It's all good.
But unlike you, I'm not keeping it going for the next 25 minutes.
I didn't mess with my lighting last stream for you.
Well, that was nice of you.
Yeah. It's the least I could do.
Yeah.
Is that the phone? Because it sounds decent.
Yes, it's just the phone.
All
Can't
right.
use my fancy gizmo.
It's hard to use these fancy gizmos. You got to have the right gizmo.
Well, I have the right gizmo. I just don't have the right technical consultant.
Oh. Mine looks like a computer, but see, I had to have this thing, so I've got a lot going on with mine. Where I've got I've got this jack that goes to the out on my microphone, and then it plugs into this XLR, and then it plugs into this barrel connector, which plugs into that XLR. And then on the back side, I've got a power port, which is on my far right, which is close to that power button. And then I've got the stream in, and that stream in plugs into my phone.
Sounds rough.
It's something. Anyway, were they pigtailing neutrals off the neutral bus bar because it is too small? Which one are you talking about, pigtailing? You're talking about the story that I was telling you about? The story that I was telling you guys about on the short, I was running a crew from the 3rd floor, multiple crews, from the 3rd floor all the way to the 6th floor at a hospital. So I'm responsible for all those floors and the roof. So technically 4. And yeah, 3.5. So they told me I needed to get all the panels terminated by the next day. Way too much stuff just to stream a live show. Mike's on my hat. Yeah, Mike is on my hat. How's it sound, by the way? So we didn't even have any gutters up yet. We didn't have any pipe out of the panels. We didn't have anything. It was Tactics always has a plethora of subjects. Yep. Great now. Awesome. Oh, I can hear. Yeah. What?
I don't know if it's working, but I can hear myself, so that's not working.
I can slightly hear myself on the backside. You might have the gain up too much, but it sounds like it's working.
I wonder.
I can hear a slight echo on my side. That's better. Oh, no, it's not. You can hear both of me. Yeah. All right. So we had to run about 300 feet of conduit, just a bunch of 90s, just 90 out of the panel, hitting some strut above the panel, and then just 90 out of the wall. That way I could mount a large gutter on the outside of the electric rooms. I had to do that to 3 different panels. So we ran about 10 pipes out of each panel, 3/4. And then I told my helpers to just start pulling off boats of wire. So when you say a boat, you're talking a black, red, and a blue, and then the neutrals to go with it. Why do all your videos have Spanish closed captioning? To gather a bigger audience. Is why he did it. Does that work? So anyway, there was no wire, there was no pipe, there was no nothing, and we're supposed to get done before the end of the day. And the inspector was coming the next day. 100 feet, don't you need a pull point? No. I was pulling. We were running 10 conduits out of each panel 10 times. So 3 panels, 10 conduits out of each panel. For a total of 30, 90 bends that were 10 foot long each. Just to get them out of the electric room, right? We just need to land wire as soon as possible. You want to test it?
I don't need to.
Oh, there you go. That sounds good.
Yeah, I would hope so. It's just my headset.
Oh, okay.
When in doubt, start from fresh and do what I do normally. And then later on, I'll look it up.
We used the vacuum trick for years now. The first time I saw that was one of my first jobs. I was working for at a Fidelity Investments. And we were, what you do is you actually suck string through like a large 4-inch pipe. So you get a Walmart bag or something.
God dang it.
And you'll tape it up
What a time to come back. He's sucking
This is your
string.
captain speaking. Yeah. So you're sucking string on a vacuum jet line on a plastic bag, and then once you get the jet line, you tie it to a rope. Now the rope is like 1.25 inches in diameter. It's a big, huge rope, and it goes on a tugger, which is basically it's just a motor with a giant flare out horn on it. And as it spins very low RPM, very, very high torque, it pulls a rope that your wire's attached to. So you got to pull the string first to tie it to the rope to pull the rope in. And then you tie your rope to the head of the large wire pull, whatever you're doing.
You're pulling on the head, are you?
Yep.
Pretty freaky.
Bigger the pipe, the harder the style. It's true. So what I did early in my career was get one of those Makita Dustbuster vacuums because Milwaukee did not exist. M12, M18 did not exist back then. And I bought one of those, like the little dust basket strainer vacuums, the inline ones that are like just terrible.
Yes.
So I was doing underground pipe. And a lot of people were putting a fish tape through 10 feet of pipe and then cutting the string and then getting another 10-foot piece of pipe and then tying them together. And then they'd have two people on either side of the pipe pull the string tight while they put the coupling together. So then you had like 50 knots in a pipe run for underground, or maybe it was 20 foot long. And you still had like a lot of knots in your string run for underground to get the string through because it's hard to push a fish tape with underground and the dirt and just all that stuff. So when they do the string, they try to just get it in there as they were running the conduit.
Steven, yes, it does.
Because it's not EMT and it's PVC, the loss of suction is basically zero. So you can get a vacuum, even the worst vacuum, you can get enough vacuum power on those runs to where the worst vacuum can suck like 150 feet of string through. So I was using that Makita vacuum, and you could hear the little dirt clods bouncing around inside the motor,
Yes.
We used a corded Milwaukee right angle as the motor for our tugger. Yeah, man, a lot of people do that now. Maxxis was one of the first kind of tugger setups that did that, where you almost had like an A-frame kind of system. And that was their weapon of choice, was a Milwaukee drill. A lot of those companies will partner with certain tool brands to complete their system. So for years, Greenlee, who made the slug busters and the knockout sets and the hydraulic crimpers and all that stuff, for years they partnered with Makita batteries because that was the best thing out. I don't know what they're using now, probably Milwaukee, at least they should now. But when you're spending $6,000 on a machine like that, even whenever you rented them from IntelliRent or just whatever local company that was letting you rent that stuff, it was Makita.
Mm-hmm.
You need to know how to help me using the Thurn. I don't know. Tracer? Thurn. Hang on. Let's see here. Got some comments. Explains a lot about tactics by Makita. Yeah, that was the best thing out back then. Fish tapes are a pain, and that's the Klein and Milwaukee fish sticks work well for running PEX piping through walls. Nice.
I remember that 3 minutes when Makita was the best out there.
Yeah. The newer Ideal Tracer kept getting false positives due to multiple runs in EMT. I tried both ground and neutrals. What gives? You need to make sure that that ground is attached to something. We can do that for this stream. Let's go ahead and do it. Sound good?
Go ahead.
Let's do it.
No, I did not, Dave.
All right. Hang on a second. Got my
You need
450
two
here.
donuts. You want the one that's pink or the one that's chocolate?
We'll do.
They are in the right proportion, by the way. It's 2 in the
Ooh.
pink. That's all I'm gonna say.
We'll just do the short leads from the field piece. And yeah, this stream might get a little bit obnoxious. I'm gonna do my best not to. Okay,
Oy.
so we're transmitting now. Is it gonna stand up by itself?
You never get
Aw.
obnoxious.
I like that. That's a nice touch right there. Does the ideal one do
Yeah.
that?
I have no idea.
We'll say this, man. Klein makes man, this rig is too heavy for my tripod.
Tell her go on a diet.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
That would have been a time for that soundboard to work, just so you know. That would have been a good time.
Oh, did you have some buttons that that automatically go on there?
Oh, I got laughter, I got cheer, kissing,
No,
giggle.
there you go. Okay. Thank you, Walmart,
What's up, Russ?
for the thin plastic bags. Yes. What's up, Russ? Hey, Russ,
Even
made
their
it to a
employees
stream.
hate them. Yeah, most of them, and not at the end this time.
Yeah. Okay, so we're probably going to wind up flipping this camera around and then showing you the mock-up thing that we made.
Oh, thank God.
So we're going to go over the basics, though, of this. We demonstrated this recently on a video, on a short even, where I was explaining to you, even though my panel has all this wire going to it and all these ground wires inside of it, it doesn't mean that it's grounded. Then we went ahead and took that hot hot conductor and touched it to the panel. Nothing happened. We basically just energized the panel. Made something. Yeah. So
Do it.
yeah. If you don't have a true ground, then you are going to get false positives first off. So just because you're attached to a ground doesn't mean that it is grounded. It's got to be a true ground, not just one of the ground wires. And really shouldn't be the neutral. So you'd be better off clamping to the pipe than you would the wire. The ideal has a kickstand. I did not know that. That's awesome. Let's see here. So what did he say? I got to go back and look at the. What's up, vegan? BCG in the
Sharouche?
house. And Sarush, what's up? Did you see the 36-volt brushless Mataba HPT? Recips on sale for $92. Wow, that's pretty good.
Nope. I
False
did not
positive. The multiple runs in EMT. I tried both ground and neutrals. What gives? Maybe try attaching to the ground of the actual pipe. Okay, so let's turn this on. You want to start in the lowest level possible. Let me turn my light on. So there's your levels there. Hard to see, huh? Let me try this.
It's all right. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm trying to figure out this little card deal.
You're good. I'm gonna try one more button.
He's trying
better?
to butt.
That is better. So you want to go level 1 or 2 for starters. And you're going to see we're not getting any beeps on level 2 right now. And that's because this is not hooked up to a ground. If we hook this up to a ground, we're probably going to get what we're looking for. One of the best things you can do is just go get an extension cord and hook it up. So I think I'm going to do that. I'll go get an extension cord and I'll plug this into the ground of the extension cord only. And yeah, I got to put this down.
That laugh was so evil. No, it wasn't.
On this light.
I never evil laugh ever, unless I'm embarrassing a Makita or somebody in the comments. Then I might. It's Tired Tuesday, Sharouche.
Okay.
You're waiting on the laundry. God bless
You
you.
want to make sure this is plugged in?
Come do mine. Oh, Miss Kita. Did anyone say it in a feminine
Kinda stuck in
voice?
the door
If so,
here a
it was definitely tactics.
This door shuts so tight, man. If you close the cord on it, it'll cut it in half. That wouldn't be good.
Need to take a class reading backwards. Can't you just do that?
Okay. Got a cord here. We need to see if it's plugged in because I don't know. There's a lot of stuff out there. Are we plugged in? We are not plugged in. So, dang it. Hang on.
Let's talk about him while he's gone, shall we? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could woodchuck wood? A woodchuck would chuck all the wood if a woodchuck could woodchuck wood. Betty bought some butter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter, so Betty bought some better butter, but the bitter butter made the better butter bitter.
Check. Got our cord now.
Talent.
And we should be plugged in.
I was, Paul. I was talking about.
So we got power now. You can see by the blue and the red lights that we're energized now. One of the best ways to know if you've got a true ground is if you're going to get 120 volts to it or the nominal voltage in the area. So if we were to get, turn this light on, we got a lot of moving parts here. If we plug this in here, it doesn't matter which side we plug it into. We get a little bit of voltage fluctuation there. And we touch this to the ground. You see we get 120, right?
Yes.
If I touch this to something metal that's not the ground, whatever, this aluminum thing, or just because it's metal doesn't mean it's ground, right?
Sure.
You're not going to get 120. So that's a really good way to know if you've got a good ground to work off of, is if you can get 120 volts to it. Because if you can get 120 volts to it, that means you can clamp to it, basically. You take an extension cord, take the voltage, take your multimeter, go to the pipe or something. The pipe now might not have a source. It might be strapped to all the brick and everything, but it might not be attached to the panel properly. You could be on the paint of the panel, and the EMT might not even be grounded. So,
and never strap on a brick.
Right. especially if that's his name.
Well, even if it isn't, just imagine how irritated you're gonna get.
Okay. Now we're gonna do something a little unorthodox here, but I feel like it'll fit.
I'd hate to be on the receiving end of that one. Dang.
It did not fit.
Ooh.
Okay. We got our screwdriver in our ground socket, right?
Yes.
It's normal. We're going to be able to test the voltage of it. So we'll go here and then we'll go to our screwdriver because you're always going to be checking to see if you're going to get the proper voltage. So here we can see our screwdriver is in fact properly grounded now because we're getting a potential there, right?
We are definitely getting a potential.
So we were on level 2 earlier and we weren't getting anything. We're going to clamp to this screwdriver now Oh, we're going to try to stay clamped to the screwdriver. It's round. There. We're clamped to the screwdriver. Now we're going to check our level. And you can see where we're getting a beep. Can you hear it?
No,
Can you hear the beep? You can't hear it?
now I can. You had to move
Oh, okay.
forward.
Let me make sure my noise cancellation. Okay, let me turn the noise cancellation off.
Buds is a traitor, by the way. He and Juan both. I'm not saying why. I'm just gonna out them as traitors.
Okay. Well, now we'll be able to hear this for sure. Hear that?
Any of you guys know how to hook up the sound card?
Okay, so you can see we're getting a reading there, and you can hear the voltage. You can hear the beep.
Yeah. Yes.
If I disconnect from this ground and we go to the same place, we don't get a beep. So by hooking up to a ground, you get better amplification, I guess is what you would say.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first and foremost thing you want to do is hook up to a true ground, and that's going to amplify your signal. Whereas if you don't, so a lot of people say you can just hook up to the neutral,
Oh.
and a lot of
Bud
people will.
Bud said he was on a bigger pasture than your channel.
Oh yeah,
Isn't that sweet of him?
I don't even know what that means.
Is there a bigger electric channel on YouTube than you?
Oh yeah,
Are they
some of the content's
Christian?
good.
Are they Christian by any chance?
Oh, that's my buddy, man. Yeah,
What, buddy?
buddy. Christian electrician.
Yeah, treason.
He's
He and Juan
he-
both treason.
he's building a shed. He's a pretty cool guy.
It's treason, I tell you.
All right.
Well, I'm just going off of what they said in the comments. I don't really care either
Okay.
way.
Neutral, not to be confused with the hot. We're going to plug into the neutral here, not the ground, right?
Yes.
And we're going to clamp to the neutral.
I wonder if this one's easier.
Then we're going to go to the hot here. Now I'm getting right here in the same spot. My signal here is 6. I'm getting a level. Well, to hold it horizontal, you get 11. Okay, we're getting 11 there, right?
Yeah.
What do we get if we go to the ground? I saw a 13. I see a 12.
I wore this all around town.
So just getting about a 12 to 11, 10, 14. There's a 14 there, right?
Yeah. As long
Just
as the
this-
screwdriver's in safe.
Just this short distance to this ground versus the neutral. You can see the difference here. That's an 8.
Yeah.
So this is a very, very short difference in what we're actually doing here. The neutrals and grounds are basically tied together, but the grounds amplify more. So just this little short distance difference in setup going from the ground to the neutral, getting 4 more points doesn't sound like a lot, but you're only talking a 2-inch piece of wire. And you're getting a difference of 4 points. So that's actually pretty substantial when you think about trying to trace something that's 150 foot long.
True that.
So definitely going to the ground is going to eliminate a lot of false positives. So a lot of the videos you'll see, for example, they're not hooking up to a true ground. They're hooking up to the same piece of Romex on the opposite side. And this piece here, they just ran in the wall. and it's not tied to anything. It's just floating. And yeah, you can identify with this, but you can't identify multiple wires in the same box very easily.
Paul, it's 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
And then once you've kind of tracked down the general area, like you know exactly what pipe it is, you can start doing continuity with your multimeter. You can start doing the actual toner because the toner's more sensitive for things like that because you get this little light here. So what's good about this light for a toner, these toners are actually better than the tracers because you get that sensitivity light. So if you're buying a toner without the sensitivity light, you're missing out on a whole bunch.
Yeah, if I had a sensitivity light, it would be always peak to high.
So
In
if
certain
we
areas.
same thing here. If we hook up, let's put our screwdriver back in here. Put the screwdriver back in here, right?
Yes.
And we take our toner. This one's a little bit more obnoxious.
Paul, don't feel bad. I had to explain this shirt to an old guy at Lowe's the other day. He was 90 years old. He didn't get it even after I explained it to him.
Okay. Let me keep this right here. We're going to turn this all the way down.
What's up, Joshua?
We're going to bump it up once.
Oh, I know.
Twice.
Two in the pink and 1 in the VCG.
Make sure we're still on the ground. Okay, so now we're getting our sensitivity light right there. See? See that light? Oh, it's off, and as we get
I
closer,
see, yes.
it starts to beep and pulse with the actual tone. And then when you get on it, it actually kind of illuminates even brighter. This is ultimate tracking for narrowing something down. If we take off the ground here, you can see where we're actually getting the light right here and the loudness. If we take off the ground here, we don't even get the light anymore.
Oh, okay.
Because we lost our ground. So if you don't attach to the ground, you're not going to get the sensitivity that we're looking for. See that there?
Yes.
And that's the difference there of your ground. So the toner is still a relevant tool, even if you have the $200 or $250 ET450. These still kind of go hand in hand because once you've narrowed down at least where the circuit's located, if you're in a crowded box, this is going to help you out the most. And then also, this will make noise when it comes in contact with voltage. It'll make a little buzzing noise. So when you find voltage, you hear that?
I heard a buzzing noise when you
Let me try
first
it.
put it in.
Yeah, you can hear that.
Yeah, that sounds like electric razor.
Yeah. So
Shave
it
your
won't do
face
that
with it.
noise if you don't come in contact with voltage.
Oh, shave your
So
face
a
with
lot
it.
of
See if it'll
those-
work.
So, your circuit's going to be off that you're tracing, possibly. All your other ones are going to be beeping, because or buzzing, and one will be beeping that you're looking for. Let me check the chat to see if that's helped out at all yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was leaving my panel, and your shoe tracer was being annoying, and I forgot whenever using it on a job, it's usually just a straight run, not a rat's nest. I was wired up in 1968. Yeah.
Somebody's been over to my house to see what's going on in my panel.
Friend's wife gave you some wisdom. Yeah, okay.
You don't want to read that one.
I didn't. What's up, Apache?
Oh,
Back to the law.
another trader, Joshua, was over there being a Christian electrician,
Important to know which pipe. Let's see here. I don't hate the donut shirt, but I don't get the joke. Dang.
Oh.
Okay.
Justin, if you're in my panel, then you're gonna meet an angry 4'11" woman with a little 380 gift card for you.
All right. Yeah.
I finally
so
convinced her
hopefully,
to start carrying a purse. I'm just gonna say that. The
Nice.
gift cards in her purse.
oh,
No, I
dude, I'm
was
bad
not.
about not using gift cards.
I have never watched Christian Electrician. Electricians in general don't thrill me much. It's like talking to an engineer. They get off on the strangest things.
It's just more to support the guy, man. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Definitely support him. Okay.
I'm not saying don't support him. I don't typically watch electricians.
Well, you heard that conversation with the engineer today.
Yes.
I thought it was a different. I thought it was a different conversation. So I went to another one. This is the one that took forever yesterday, and I walk in, man, and the panel, the main breaker, is almost 8 feet off the floor.
Mm.
And what are you doing, Square D? What are you doing, dude? He mounted it basically right off of rigid, right? And then he had a 10-inch box below it. He had 2 inches of nipple coming out of the box. And
That's a
then
lot
he
of
mounted
nipple,
the panel.
dude.
He mounted the panel right on top of that. And it put the breaker 8 feet in the air. Like the spacing from the rest of the breakers to
Uh-huh.
the next section was almost like 3 feet.
Dang.
They're just doing crazy things over there, Square D. So he's gonna have to pour a 6-inch pad or something to get the height, and then he needs to rework his box.
You know
Just
what?
like-
that is exactly how I'm gonna phrase it to the wife tonight. I need to rework your box.
Yeah. So that calls for the whiteboard. Okay.
Oh, hold on. While you're doing the whiteboard, I'm gonna start watching this 30-minute video on how to set up the soundboard or the sound card. So, you know, I want you to know I'm hanging on every word.
Okay. Rigid's coming up. If you got a pipe coming up, right here's your pipe, and you're gonna have more than number 4, so you got number 4 wire coming out,
Mm.
and you're gonna be mounting a box. Your multiplier is 8 for a straight run. So if this is
What if
a
it's a
1-inch
gay
pipe,
run?
yeah, if this is a 1-inch pipe, or let's say an 1.5-inch pipe, whatever it is. In this case, it was 1.25 inches. It was 1.25 inch pipe. So he needed to have a 10-inch box. It had to be 10 inches because
Holy Jesus!
1.25 times 8 is 10.
God bless her.
Yeah, and then he had his panel on
You
top of
said
that.
him. So
Right.
God bless him.
So one of the options, instead of doing all this, you can leave your smaller pipes inside the gutter, and you can cut the rest of your gutter out, and then just run this pipe straight into the panel. And then we can lower this box size because we're not stuck with the 8-inch multiplier, the 8 times multiplier when we don't have number 4 or larger. And this can be a normal 4-inch gutter instead of you're not stuck with the rules of the multiplier once you get
True
the
that.
pipe out of that box.
Mm.
So that's basically what you want to do. If you're in a situation where you've ran a pipe that's too large into a junction box and the inspector says, hey, why aren't you a 24 by 24 with this 3-inch pipe? Because a lot of people will run a 3-inch pipe into like a 12 by 12, for example. And 3 times 8 is not 12. So you would technically need a 24-inch box. 3 times 8, 24 inches. You would technically need a 24-inch box just to accommodate what you're doing. Instead of putting that box there, just run your pipe straight and then take your smaller pipes to a much smaller box, like the 10-inch one that you wanted or the 12-inch or whatever.
I'll
Instead
say
of trying to
this.
put it all in the same run.
I'll say this. My my pipe feels and looks bigger the smaller the box is. I'm just saying.
Oh, very nice. I like the YouTube.
But I
you know,
make sure it's 18.
YouTube messed up on the chat there.
It's been running fine for me. Sayer said
You leave
leave
my
his
pipe. So
pipes
what's up, Sayer?
alone.
Only inspectors. Let's see here.
Look, if you're
I'm
running
starting
your
to think
pipe
that this
into a
isn't-
box, you definitely have to use the nipple. It's not just for you guys.
Yeah, I think I said box and pipe too many times.
You said he a lot too. That's the part that got me. We're all over here innocent. We're not electricians, so we're thinking like the fairer sex. You're not. You're just like, yeah.
Yeah. Boxfest 06. All right, so this is the Klein screwdriver. It has the ECX tips in here, dude. The orange one doesn't have the ECX tips. The orange one came with a larger torque size that we're just not going to use. So this one here actually has like nice labeling on the bits. Let me switch
Yes.
the.
Oh no, we're not all electricians. Most of us are heterosexual, except for Buck and Juan. Those two things are connected, by the
Not
way.
everyone in my deal is that. So I started off. I knew I wanted to be an electrical tool channel, right? But you can't compete with the bigger tool channels because obvious reasons. So
Really?
yeah, what kept me going back to work every day as an electrician was the tools. So I get a new tool, get to use it. If you're having a bad week, whatever, hey, I get to play with this new tool, right? So tools and just tradesmen in general is something that people like. So I decided I was going to make my channel about tools. And then I'm an electrical inspector that works for a very popular
Prominent.
city. Yeah, prominent.
It ain't popular because ain't nobody going there.
Yeah, you're wrong. But anyway, so
No, they go to the real city, and then you guys are just on the outskirts. You're in the burbs of a real city.
that's a shithole. Anyway, so
It's a city.
all right. Anyway, I didn't want inspector in my name. I didn't want electrical in my name. I was trying to fly underneath the radar. Another inspector told on me to HR that I was filming on site. So I don't care if there's electrical in my name anymore. I think I've just had the tools and tactics too long. I kind of want to do like electrical tools and tactics or tools and tactics electric or something. I don't know. But at this point, we've almost got 50,000 subs, and changing my name probably wouldn't be the best idea.
Look,
So we did
encouraged
electrical
him.
connection for a while,
Yeah.
but he kept rhyming it with erection. What's up?
I encouraged you to go with fools and fat chicks.
Fools
I
and Fat
thought that-
Chicks is also good.
I thought that would be more apropos to your channel.
Tools and Fools. Yeah. They pulled out the damn social media policy on you, didn't they? You know what?
Jonathan, there's a reason electricians are called in last.
Dude, they didn't pull out I was the first to kind of bring that up. So they created a social media policy. But they scrubbed the channel. HR scrubbed the channel. And I thought it was over because of this guy over here talking about boxes and electricians and Makita guys. I thought, well, that's the end of that. But no, they
They can't
apparently
come
they didn't
after
watch
me.
any lives. So everything's
can't.
good.
I'll tell you what, they can send the fine to me. I'll send them an appropriate response.
Right. Right. I'm thinking about changing your channel's name a little short. What do you think
Dude.
in the chat? Yes.
Big Josh tool reviews. Get rid of the
Big.
first. Get in the basement with. Get it out of there.
That's kind of
Big
creepy.
Josh, that's who you are. And tool reviews, that's what you do. Perfect.
What's up, Chris?
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. I know you're not talking about the DeWilt shirt over there.
No,
So-
probably not. He's talking about your shirt. DeWilt. Shocking.
Big
Yeah.
Josh's big tool. No, Kansas. We know what's on your mind and lips.
Your shirt is very shocking. Hey, I'm
Thank you.
noticing here you kind of got to fight to get these bits out. So this is different. This is different than the other Klein. Just tried to break it. See where they're like recessed up in there?
Yes.
I kind of want to go make my daughter get me the other screwdriver off the floorboard of my car because I use the other one
Thank
every
God it wasn't in the closet
day.
with Budsville.
In the closet with Budsville. That's the title name. That's the channel name right there.
That's just you might as well just put Makita official. It's the
The
same
grip-
thing.
The grip feels bigger on this too, man. I need to compare this to. This is why I bought this. I saw this and I thought the grip looked different. So if the grip looks different, this grip might not fail. We don't know that yet. I got to use it for 6 months to see what it does every day. But it already looks better than the orange one that I've got. Hang on a second. Let me go see if I can get somebody to do something for me.
Let's see. So he is an electrical inspector for a municipality
Hey,
and not a
That's
private
loud.
company.
can you go to my car and grab me a screwdriver, please? Yep. Come here.
He's got girls. He doesn't have strong backs in his house. Well, his wife's is pretty strong. She
Yeah,
carries
you guys
him
heard all
around.
that.
Yeah, she carries him
Okay.
around.
Floorboard of the car, there's a screwdriver that looks just like this. And go get it.
Does it go?
It does
Oh,
go.
by the way, you guys need to go check out
Okay.
Lowe's. If you like Lennox reciprocating saw blades,
Yes, yes, we
they've
do.
got 2-packs marked, 2-pack of blades, 6-inch and 9-inch, both wood and metal cutting, down to $3 and some change. I think it's like $3.32 down from $10.
Oh, nice, nice. How do I like being an inspector? I love it, man. I can make a lot more money doing something else. There's a lot of
OF.
benefits to being an inspector. There's a lot of downsides to being one.
Lowe's.
I would say helping people and not screwing over people is the best part about being an inspector. Everyone's got my city cell. I don't mind helping people. Cool. Nope. You're good. Thanks. Close the door.
Thank you, baby.
Hey, there's a cord in there. Stop closing that. You will cut that cord in half. Out. Out. Go. Hang on.
When you change it, Josh, just make sure it's something that means something to you. Door greeter at Walmart. I'm not actually qualified to be a door greeter at Walmart. Apparently, they will not hire you if you have Alzheimer's because they can't trust you to stay there.
Yes, dude. Completely.
I tried.
I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited about this. Look at that. This screwdriver is different. Why is it different? It is.
Well, the ratcheting mechanism is bigger. There's no yellow along the base of the handle. It's all covered up by the black.
Here, well, okay. So first off,
that's just
First
what I
off-
see at first blush.
I put cold shrink as the handle. I did 2 layers of cold shrink because my handle failed because Klein is pissing me off lately. Okay. And that's why I kind of stopped recommending him on the channel. So this is not a recommendation. If there is a automatic affiliate whatever on this, I am taking it off because Klein is pissing me off. Okay, I'm going to drop these both down to level them, right? And when we lift them back up, you can see that this one right here has slightly higher features.
You should
So the
debone them.
grip is completely different. And if I was to take this off, the thickness of this portion here is also different. This is more structured like
I do have Alzheimer's disease, but it's one of those things. It's all right to discriminate against somebody with Alzheimer's.
right. It's more structured like this handle. I'm trying to find another Klein.
I really like
different, though.
how you're not showing. You're like it's more structured than this one, but you're not holding up the other one
Well,
to show that
that's
it's more structured than the one. And
It wasn't a good example, so I didn't want to show it. It's completely redesigned. Klein probably this is like their 50th handle, so I think 30 of them are failing, 20 of them are okay. Like, man, I really don't want to mess up this. It took me so long to get this on here. I want to see it.
You guys get me on medicated, like I'm medicated, so. But I'm
Yeah,
not
you
always
can
like
see
this.
this portion here is a lot wider. The band is. This is the one to get. This is the 15-in-1 ratchet. This is the 13-in-1 ratchet. So you want the 15-in-1 ratchet. It is the 32305 HD, and I actually found this at Home Depot. Oddly enough, instead of Lowe's. If we look at the profile on the tips, though,
I mean, I only have the 8-in-1. I'm kind of feeling inadequate for some reason.
it's completely
You've got
effing
15
different.
in one.
What are they doing, man? What are they doing?
You got a 15-in-1.
Yeah, I gotta get the phone off so you guys can see the differences here. I gotta turn the whole. That's the 8-in-1. Yeah. Here, I gotta show you this. This
It's
is actually
average
pretty
size though. That's what I've been told, and
completely different.
it's
Hang on,
it's a grower. It's not necessarily a shower.
not a shower. I've got to stop. I've got to stop and compare all this. Hang on a second. This is actually pretty
Yes,
huge.
please do. You got to
Hang
take
on.
measure by. Let's go from the base.
Oh, you're awful. Okay, hang on.
You're the one saying it. I'm just reacting to it.
Yeah. I gotta stop the stream and show this thing right now. Okay, right here. Check it out. This thing is completely different.
Maybe they don't look alike. I know you redid the handle on the one, but
Yeah, but I need something to hold this whole rig. Hang on a second. I've got to.
Sharouche gets CMT Cirque saw blades. You'll thank
Yeah,
me
you guys
later.
gonna have to bear with me for a second because the tips are different on this, which is pretty substantial. So these tips here, the reason why I bought this screwdriver and recommended it, see the difference in that tip there?
Yeah.
And then look at this tip.
See, I
Different.
don't like that style of tip.
I know. This is the better one for terminating.
Yeah, even when you're just driving a normal fastener, that style of tip, the Klein, the whatever the black one is, I think it's still a Klein. It's too easy to rock.
It is.
So
it
you're
is, but
more likely to cam out.
these orange ones are made for terminating though. So the logical thing to do is to spend $50 on 2 screwdrivers, take the tips out of this screwdriver and put them in this screwdriver and then throw this thing in the bushes if you want the best, because the tips are completely different. So if I look at, wait, what's this? What is this? What is that? Oh, that's a number 3. And that is a
Can't-
number.
I can't really tell.
What is that?
Is that a 1?
It's a pH 0.
What?
What the hell?
Well, it is an electrician's tool.
Okay, well that's useful. Useless. What is it? And I can't get the bits out of here because they're kind of like one-handed, just not happening because they're stuck underneath here, and they're stuck underneath here.
Yes, Jonathan.
Now this is a C2, so this is like an ECX. That's interesting.
Those come in handy if you're working on some electronic components.
T10 and T15, that's useful for panels actually, for square D.
I mean,
That was actually the ones that were not tightened from the factory properly. I hate that screwdriver, dude. I can't. My fingers cannot fit in that to
Look.
retrieve the bits.
mine either, but that's why I use a nail. But look, all of the bits in it are actual functional. Every one of them are functioning bits.
Yes, except for that they're
A 3,
lacking
a
the.
1, a 2, a Robertson's. You
You,
call it
you
square
say
head,
that,
it's called a
but if you
Robertson's.
actually use it, you'll see the flaws. Pull the bit out; it doesn't have the
Oh.
proper locking portion, like the bottom of this, and they don't go into standard bits. See how they're lacking this right here?
I mean, it's almost like they made them for this stupid little screwdriver.
It's only for that stupid little screwdriver.
I mean, you know,
If you lose one, you're done. Done.
I'm just gonna say this to you, backwoods. I'm 6'4" and 290 pounds.
Okay, so
Not
we got a quarter
exactly
inch.
short all the way around, just in one area.
What's the
my-
tip of that
my
look
s-
like?
My screwdriver's tiny.
Let's see here. I'm going to actually turn on the light so we can get a better look at some of these because this is completely different. I can't believe that the bits are different. So not only do
Hey.
we have a different handle size, we have a different bit size.
Backwoods is just for that one area. God played a joke. He made my baby toe really small. It's terrible.
Pissing contests on screwdrivers, what have we come to? Man, if you use
same.
screwdrivers every day.
We're both named Robert Sharouche. Oh, well. You're not even the tallest one here, Backwoods. That would be Big Josh. 6'7".
Oh, he is Big Josh. Look at that.
Yep.
Okay, so I want to compare. Yeah, this is the. That
It's a flathead.
looks. That's the flathead. That's the hollow ground.
That's a flathead number 2, right?
It's yeah, what they call a quarter inch.
Yeah.
And then if we look at their new
6'7".
one here, that looks thinner, or is it just me? It might just because it's lacking wear.
I think the other one had dirt on it, so
It did,
Hard
but
to
it's,
tell.
okay. See that profile right there in the corner, right at the corner of
Yes.
the phone right now. Look at the thickness of that. Okay.
yes.
They're the same? Yeah, they're the same.
Yeah, they're the same.
Okay. So that's the same. What else we got?
You're not 6'7" on a step ladder. You need a full length 8-foot ladder to get to 6'7" there, Kansas.
T25, T20. Okay. So that's it for this screwdriver here. But this one here, this one has the better sizes for terminating, actually. We got to look at the square. This is the square on the
Robertson's head.
orange. Yeah. This is the nice parallel lines there with the
But
round.
if I could send this to you, Sharouche, you could have it. I will never use this screwdriver because my hands, if my hands are too long to use it. effective.
Are these the same? See the difference too? You got the torsion zone here, which is just marketing BS, but you still have that torsion zone there. And are they the same length? They are the same length. Does the torsion zone do anything for you?
Yeah, they break.
That's kind of my thought too, right?
Yeah, they don't provide less impacting. They're just a marketing gimmick.
Okay, so this one here, my favorite one, has like a little leaf spring inside of here.
Okay. A leaf
Um,
spring.
I don't know how to explain it. It's not a standard ball detent. It's got like a
Okay.
spring.
Okay. I here I am thinking that it's holding up the back end of a car.
Oh yeah, let me get a light to show you.
Leaf spring. One long piece of metal, and then 4 to 5 separate smaller pieces of metal, all sandwiched together to provide springing support to
Okay.
very heavy objects. I'm just saying. He said leaf spring. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, we're gonna
Retaining
find it.
ring.
See it there?
No.
Okay, so that shiny piece right there that you're seeing
Uh-huh.
is actually the retainer. See it there, down in there?
So, okay, yeah.
It's not a ball. It's a really genius way to retain bits. Yeah, I'm trying to. I've got a limited edition flashlight that I can't show because if I show it, Olight will kill me. So I can't show you that flashlight. It's coming out soon.
Thank you, Sharouche. A friction spring. That's a good one. I like
there you
that
go.
one, Sarah.
See it in there?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Apache helicopter keeps saying hi, like we don't know he's there. Hi,
What's up, man?
Joshua.
I saw you. I said hi. How you doing, sir? I've been busy digging into this screwdriver. Okay, this one has the same thing. Okay, good. So this is what I'm going to do. We are going to switch. Yeah, this one has it too. This is the new one. I like that new setup too. This is one thing that Klein is doing right. Their ratchet mechanism needs a little bit of work.
All right, Joshua.
But
is it
the
better
grip,
than the Central Fix?
keeps giving the option to wave.
Is it better than the Central Fix?
What is the
Somebody asked
Central
that.
Fix?
I don't know. I thought you would know. You're a freaking electrician. I'm a man.
First time Jeffrey is seeing these. These are amazing, man. These are made for terminating. I put cold shrink on this one because I love it so much. And it's my everyday. And it's fine. Now that I put cold shrink on it, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with this screwdriver. Except that I can't recommend it because not everybody has $40 of cold shrink.
Thank you.
To freaking put on a screwdriver that you just spent $30 on, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
I'm just going to say this. What he's really telling you all is to go buy the Milwaukee. Excuse me.
It's funny you said that. Did you think I didn't come prepared, sir?
No, well, naturally knowing you, I didn't think you came prepared.
Okay, so you guys know I hate Milwaukee, but I don't like to be biased. So I bought this. This is the best looking one that I think I could find because the other ones just they weren't doing it for me. Milwaukee's new screwdrivers have an outside clip just like this. Wow, I'm not able to focus very good on this.
You mean a knurling? Do you need me to grab them?
No, see that stupid retention?
Yeah, the detent?
Yeah, it's a detent, but it's an external. I think you could back down here where I was.
Joe, there isn't one.
It's gone. Hang on. I need to stick to go right back here. There we go. Now we can see it. See that?
That's true, Denny.
Milwaukee's new screwdrivers have that on the outside. It seems like a good way to break your screwdriver. I don't like the external stuff. Do you?
So stuff like that has been around for as far as I can remember. I mean, I've got tools over there from the 1960s, 70s that have that. So does it bother me? No, not a bit.
It just seems like something to brush up against and then get caught on, like a metal stud or something. It makes me worried to try it. Like, do you see how I can spread that open?
You'll be fine. Yeah, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Maybe. So Milwaukee's newest screwdrivers have this. I don't like them.
Okay.
Maybe I'll get one. Maybe I won't. But that's where I'm at with the Milwaukee stuff. It has that. Not a fan. Let's get this other Milwaukee open here.
Yeah, open her up.
Hang on.
I got to grab my other screwdriver, so I'm not feeling envious of all your big screwdrivers there. It's just weird.
All right.
I mean, it just doesn't seem right when a man's whipping his out and he's showing how big it is and you're watching him play with it. First of all, that's kind of weird. But second of all, you can't help but compare. And when you're only holding a little stubby, you're like, Mama, I blame you for these genetics because if I blame Daddy, he'll beat me up.
This feels like a toy. This feels like a toy. Does anybody have one of these?
No.
This feels like a toy. I wish everybody owned one of these so they can feel what a toy this feels like. It's like,
By the way, look,
yeah.
this screwdriver, I think this is a Stanley, an old Stanley from just probably
Bubba Bates has this.
late
Here,
80s, 90s.
Bubba Bates, get yours and shake it with me on at home. And I'm going to shake mine while you shake yours. And you tell me this thing doesn't just, oh man, it's so, listen to it. It's terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
It actually feels like, what is that? What is that? Hang on. What is that material?
Oh, that's a screwdriver.
Ooh, I think I hit
wait,
the
wait,
game
wait.
button.
Wait. I need to oil this one. Now
Okay,
look. Now who's got screwdriver envy?
Oh, that's sexy. Look, so it scratches easy. Not that that's like the end all be all, but it definitely.
Come on.
He says he hates it.
Yeah, it's not a good screwdriver, that Milwaukee. I really
Okay,
have to
so-
oil this thing.
So this is one thing Milwaukee does that Klein doesn't. Is hang on, how do we?
That thing
How do
we
we work
can't
this?
see because you're not on camera.
Yeah,
With it?
that thing.
Sweet.
Oh my god, this thing is garbage. It's garbage. It feels garbage. It's garbage.
Channel lock. Made in America screwdriver, right?
Dude, this
There.
is so terrible right now. Hang on, I gotta get. I'm getting into it now. Hang on.
Yeah, baby. Spank it. Get you a nice, terrible Milwaukee screwdriver. You can actually tell how I feel about the Milwaukee screwdrivers because they're over here in my old toolbox of I don't care.
Nice. Hang on. Let me
You should, sir.
hang on. I got where's that flashlight that no one else okay, there it is. Can't see it. Cool. Get it off camera. Okay. So we're attaching you to this rig right now, in case you guys are wondering what's going on.
Oh, okay. We were wondering.
Yeah, I know.
I stay up late at night worrying about the things that you're going to show us. Look, my 5-in-1 is bigger than my 8-in-1. I'm having way too much fun tonight.
You are.
What's my smallest hammer? I can't show it on camera. I've nailed a few things with it though.
It's quite the nail driver.
yeah.
This ain't kicking my ass right now. I gotta spin it 360 degrees to lock it. Hang on.
Go ahead. Nobody watch. What's my smallest hammer? I got a pair of linesmans that work really well. I also have an old hammer that's about 4 or 5 inches.
Nice. Okay, now we've got too many cords on the. Too many cords. Hang on. Okay.
How good are the channel lock screwdrivers? They're not.
The channel lock screwdrivers.
The tips, at least the bits that come with them, are terrible. The actual screwdriver itself, it works great, but the bits that come with the screwdriver are monkey butt.
Monkey
Don't-
butt. Okay.
Yeah, don't use them. Get a good set of bits if you're going to put it in there and use it. If you want just an all-around great multi-bit screwdriver, there is only one that I truly can recommend, and without any reservation, it's the Weeha.
I think I agree with that probably. Okay.
It's the most comfortable if you've got a larger hand.
This thing here.
Just saying.
I bought it because I didn't want to be biased. First off, like once you slide these things down, you can barely reach your fingers in there to release that, right? Like that's what you got to do. So one finger ain't going to happen. You could probably get it with 2. I was hoping, holy crap, that's stuck. Hang on. I liked the
Good
springs on it.
retention. Yeah.
They really good retention. I like the springs on it. It looked different. And I saw that this slid up and down. So I thought maybe you would just be able to infinitely slide these up and what the fuck's going on here? Hang on. There we go.
You gotta be gentle with it.
I thought that I could infinitely slide this up, but it's got a stupid shaft here in the way.
Yes.
So
Well, if it didn't have that, then you could technically probably put your other socket, the top socket, on too deep. And Lord
right.
knows, you never want to go too deep.
Well, now I'm thinking we're gonna make Keely go get my other screwdriver that's in the
Your
car too.
awful Klein flip nut driver.
I don't know. I guess we got to compare it. So I think we're gonna go tell my daughter to get me another screwdriver from the car.
Can we say like unequivocally that they both are bad?
No. We got to compare it because we need to know and see if we can mix and match. Because I think these are superior to the Klein, but this whole design here is just kind of a train wreck. And then this thing here, it's not even quick insert. So you have to pull this down, which isn't that big of a deal, but it's really grainy, I guess would be a good word for that. You see where it's like, wait, is it bottomed out? Oh, it is bottomed out. So that slides down. Okay. Are we missing one or did it always look like that?
Well, I think it just always looks like that.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, springs on the outside. Milwaukee seems to be doing springs on the outside.
Okay.
Is there any magnets built in it?
No.
No. There
I
is
could
no
answer
magnets
that.
built in it. Now, I don't own the full Klein setup of this, but I've got the shaft And I want to know, does the Milwaukee slide on Klein's shaft? Also, the grip.
Dang.
I was hoping the grip was going to be better, dude, but I think we might have actually cracked this or we scratched it really bad. But this plastic feels like, I don't know. We got to weigh the handles and stuff. We got to figure out what's going on here. I'll be
By the
right
way,
back.
Juan finally got done over at Christian Electrician and decided to show up.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'm actually going to take you with me. We're going to find out
JT, it's not about anything.
the range of my new thing. We're back. Hang on. Oh, she left the door open. Why would she do that?
Sayer, I have no control
Yes,
over what
hopefully
he
this doesn't
says.
disconnect.
I mean, we're still in the garage or over your table here, so we're completely
I
fine.
just kneeled on my headset and ripped it out of my ear.
Oh, that's all right. As your mama always said, stupid is as stupid does. Sure.
like a Chick-fil-A
That's
down
all
here.
right. It's all right.
There it is.
Oh no, see, I'm live, so he's fine. Like, I'm still here in living color with you guys because I care.
Okay. Ow.
Klein
Foot.
can't fit
Stepped
on
on a screw.
Milwaukee. That is what I'm only just gonna call you Bubba. The rest of it's too long. I'm lazy. I'm with you. I am with you, Steven. Traitor. He's a traitor.
All right. We are back.
I just want you to thank you, JT. I just want you to know I could have saved you the trip.
Perfect.
But I didn't want to.
All right. So we've got this one. This grip here is very similar to. It's still different, dude. It's still different.
Yeah.
This is like the next different grip that they got. But what's good is that we know these grips fail from Klein. Now we got a different grip yet, and I could grab another different grip if I wanted to, right here. Even different yet, right?
Yes.
So, what are they doing? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what you're doing.
The Milwaukee here, this
Yes.
handle has storage in it, which is
Nice.
nice. So when you're using this thing spins like a control screwdriver, and this spins here while this spins here. It's got a lot going for it. This has knurling. It's easier to grab. This is one reason why I didn't want to buy this, because Milwaukee doesn't have any storage in their handles. But if we put this here.
Charlton.
Okay, so that locks there. Hang on. I got an idea.
I just want you to know.
See how grainy that is?
Yes. Juan said Merca isn't a word.
Oh.
And it doesn't mean anything. That's because you're not American.
Okay, so Milwaukee's has a round flare here. Klein they still have magnets on the front there. So there's your magnet there. That's where the magnet is.
Good.
So that's the Milwaukee magnet.
Pretty strong.
That's the Klein magnet.
Pretty strong.
Klein still has a little flare out here. This piece here, actually, I'm going to tell you right now, this piece here from Klein, because it's wider than here, will get your bit stuck in between the splines. And you can get this thing stuck like you would not believe, like to where you have to take the the edge of the panel can and pull down on it to pop this off sometimes because it'll get so stuck on this shaft. So maybe Milwaukee's got it because it doesn't have a weird size. It only has one size that fits here. It doesn't have like a double size that can get stuck down in there.
Maybe, yeah.
Do
Maybe
these
they
slide
just want
up?
you to use a little lube with it.
Okay, this is the Milwaukee one. So this goes here. Oh,
Fits
Okay.
just fine.
yeah, Milwaukee fits just fine. No, Milwaukee's got something. Okay. Milwaukee's definitely grainy, and it's not only that it's new, it's also got a little stiffness to it.
Dang.
Just even getting it started, you got to kind of fight it. Urgh!
I'm saying, little lube on that thing. Give it the old hock to right, Chris? Give it the old hock to and see how that does.
It's stuck. So
Well, at least we know what he uses a hammer for now.
this one's got the intermittent shaft sizes there. See how you can slide up and down there. So you can adjust the length. That's one stage there. That's two stage there. Three stage there. And then you've got the. Okay, so that is not going to fit on this one. My phone is trying to die.
Oh, nice.
Usually, but in this case, not so good.
I agree.
I'm gonna have to unplug my microphone for the rest of the stream here. Let
Yep,
me see
I
here.
agree, sir.
Hang on.
Well, he could have just saved himself the trouble, bought the Weehaw, been done. Oh, well, for the flip sockets, I don't know. Thank you, VCG. We were just talking about you a minute ago, and glad you
Oh, what's
finally
going on, man?
decided to show up.
He's
Nothing
here.
good,
He's
I
been earlier.
assure
He's been
you.
here for about 30 minutes, maybe more.
Oh, well, I think he left, and then he came back.
Oh, nice. Appreciate that, sir. Thank you. I have a love-hate with both of these. The handle is inevitably going to fail. It has not failed yet, so I can't say that. I've used this a lot, and this handle has not failed. So there's that. My biggest gripe with this Klein here is what I told you earlier. This thing gets stuck in between sizes, and you can really get this thing stuck on this screwdriver. Something terrible.
Yeah.
I like that
So
it has two sizes here, so it's got kind of an intermittent size here, where if we take a tip, we'll just use, well, that's a bad example because that's a proprietary bit that doesn't have the true grab there.
Oh.
Let me grab one that's,
we understand, VCG.
oh, right here. Oh, look away, it's a Makita bit. Okay, so we get this size here, where you've got the full engulfment of the Makita, right? And then if you slide this down here, you've got nothing.
Just like a Makita guy.
You actually looked away. Here, I'll take it off the screen. Is that better?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we got a tap tool here. And you can see where you got nothing here, and then you slide that up just a little bit, and now you've got true retention with a magnet.
Yeah.
So if we slide this all the way down this shaft here, this can only fall so far, and then you still get your retention on this screwdriver.
That's what I've been wondering. By the way, I think these are a good idea with terrible execution. As I said when I did it. Oh.
Yeah, these are. This thing just keeps falling further and further and further down.
Oh, that's terrible.
There we go. How much further can it fall? I don't understand where the failure point is here. But it just keeps falling. Oh, the clamp is fixing to fall off of the deal here.
Well, that's
It might need
always
to-
nice.
I need to dip a screw in it. Yep, that's exactly what we're gonna have to do. We have to
Good.
stop what we're doing to zip a screw.
By the way, if you guys didn't know, that's an actual hammer. And wait, we're gonna get an extreme close up. We got an extreme close up of a red wire, probably a lead right there. And some wood grain, faux wood grain countertop there or tabletop.
That's rubber.
Mm. Well,
I
if
think-
they used rubber on their wood, you wouldn't be here.
Oh my goodness.
This.
Okay, we gotta put the screw in quick.
Operator headspace and gapping. Oh dear God. Is that a DeWalt driver? No, Klein. He's got Klein. Stanley. That looks like a Stanley.
I'm finding
It's
this so
probably
hard right now.
DeWalt.
I wish you could see this.
It is probably a DeWalt hammer. And if that is a DeWalt hammer, they're terrible. And don't buy them.
You are
Just
right
saying.
about that.
Let's see.
I'm screwing this
Now-
in by hand right now.
If only they had invented a power tool that would make this go faster.
Yeah.
I'm just spitballing here, Mr. Electrician.
Okay, we did it.
Hey, Rodney went to watch VCG play tennis.
Okay.
I didn't even know they played. I thought the
He plays
tennis
with
ball
his
was
mouth.
bigger than them. Oh,
Okay.
oh,
So this is the Milwaukee one. We also got some intermediate sizes here with this thing. So let me see here if we can
I think I have this figured out, but I'm not sure.
trying to I want this thing get brighter.
Yes. I don't know.
I did it.
They are hammer shaped shaped objects. Yes.
So that goes in there. That's one size here, I think, on the Milwaukee. Yes. Okay. And then we get 2 sizes, 3 sizes right there. But how does it do for bit retention? Because this is the Milwaukee here. So how does it
Let me ask you a
hold?
question.
Uh-huh.
For the other sockets. Do you have pockets?
The pockets. No.
Yeah, you just put the other sockets in your pocket and you don't worry about it.
Look, the Klein one actually holds chips better. So this is really only a nut driver. The Milwaukee is.
Yes, soundboard.
The
Uh-huh.
Milwaukee's really only a nut driver.
Dang.
If we put
Oh,
this
I do have
thing
a set of those.
here, that's as good as it's going to get.
That's what I've heard. But
Can we
the
slide
question
it up a little
is,
bit?
why would you use your flip sockets with a 2-inch bit or larger?
This is just to show you the grab. I'm just using this because I've got leverage to point out of here, so my finger's not in the way.
Okay.
Yeah. But also, if you were to
Thanks,
use
sir.
this bit with this, you wouldn't have a choice but to do this way.
I mean,
Um,
yes, Mitchell, you do use all the sockets and electric.
This is way better. You use quite a bit of sockets for electrical, but not really. 3/8 would be
6.
stretch straps. 7/16
Quarter.
you're not really going to use because that'd be for nuts. So you're not going to use one of these for nuts because it's not a hollow.
Mm-hmm.
And then your Your half would be for stretch straps. Your 9/16 would be for nuts, but you would probably use it if you were attaching bolts to mount strut to the wall. But if you weren't like doing a hollow thing. So kind of, but this thing's more for HVAC, I would say. I wouldn't recommend
Those
having
people.
all this. This makes sense for an electrician, for Tapcons alone.
Can lights. That's a nice call, Jeffrey.
But I can tell you right now, the Klein one's actually better than the Milwaukee for holding bits, which is kind of upsetting because I really wanted Milwaukee to be
No, you didn't.
better. But unfortunately, yeah, I did. I was gonna take this. I was gonna take this piece and put it in my Klein because I liked this design better because Klein
Mhm.
gets stuck in between the sizes.
Okay,
But
yeah.
we can't because, well, hang on. I haven't given up yet. Oh, shit. Okay, never mind. Game over. So what you want to do, you want to get you a Milwaukee Klein mixture if you want this setup. And I think we can even deep throat this. Yeah, we can all the way in there. Look at that. And you can still leave your 1/4 inch seated. And you don't even have to move your 5/16 because the 1/4 inch is still present in the bottom of there for the longer bits. And you got a
Yeah.
magnet. So for quick driving or something quick, that actually works. But for an actual drive, that works. So Klein did this better than Milwaukee did with the combination here. You put the Milwaukee on as it's designed, and it doesn't get a full-on bite. Like you've only got, what is that? A 1/4 inch? You
Yeah.
don't get very much in there.
Well,
That's
it's
So
Yeah.
so people aren't confused at home. This is the Milwaukee, the full setup of the Milwaukee. So if we
just jam it in there.
you don't have a choice.
Don't even buy it dinner first.
Here we go.
I
Hey,
think
bugger.
normally you're putting the biggest one on last, but
Oh,
you know.
my bad. Thank you.
18 likes and 43 people watching. I got 24 people watching, or 24 likes, 42 people watching.
I'm so confused on how this goes. Okay, here we go. Hey, fuck. Okay, so this
What
is how the Milwaukee's built, right? Like this. And it doesn't slide down, doesn't do anything. It's just like this. Factory. And then this is as much as you can use for your bit. So this is effectively useless as bit storage to have in your pocket to do other things other than just screwdriver things, right? Milwaukee kind of dropped the ball in a lot of ways. Klein has bit storage here, right?
Yeah.
You've got where'd the shaft go? You got the immediate level, you got the first bump there, second one there, third one there, fourth one there, and they actually are really smart when they lock it here because it stops this bit from going too far. Because we can go one more spot, I believe. We can go all the way down in there. Yeah. See how we're all the way down in there? And this
Yeah.
is as far as this will go. And it's actually got something to push against. And we can get the whole
Against?
bit in here all the way in there. Compared to the Milwaukee, where you've still got all of that showing. The Klein actually gets pretty much all of it in there to where you get some pretty good retention on the magnet.
So the throat of the Klein is deeper.
Yeah, Klein definitely has a deeper throat when it comes to putting bits in its
That's
hole.
impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
It is. I really wish though, if you really want the best setup though, man, is what you do is you take this one here and you put your Klein on your Milwaukee, and then you've got even deeper. And you've got a shaft that you can't put on the wrong way. Like sometimes this bit here will get stuck on both of these hexes here.
Mm.
And it, dude, it just gets, I mean, here, let me show you. Let me see if I can lock it in there. Really stupid. There, it's on there. So if you're using this now, I fell off.
Wow. Oh, what a great demonstration of
I know. Let me see if I
how
can lock it in
difficult
here or
it
not.
is, you know.
Well, people at home know what I'm talking about. That's why I'm talking about it, because if it hasn't happened to you yet, it will. And this thing gets completely stuck on this. Comment below if you've gotten this thing stuck on here.
Danny, he's already talked about it and whipped it out. I'm just gonna say it.
So the Klein combo with the Milwaukee shaft is the best of all the worlds there. Or, you know, really, maybe just the whole Klein setup is, well, no, because you still need the Milwaukee.
Oh, and his phone died. Perfect. That leaves me here with all you beautiful people as he tries to figure this out. Now, if you don't know with tactics, it could be an extended period of time before he realizes that his phone conked out, because he doesn't really check the chat very often and whatnot. So that just leaves me here to entertain you guys. Well, I got nothing really for you. I can just try to hook up the sound card that I got and make the stream a little more entertaining. What I really need is that, what is it, the trombone that goes wah, wah, every time Tactics is doing something, because that's the most appropriate thing that we could offer. That's it. He's using the Makita cell phone charger internally, and there's just not enough oomph there to keep it going. Thank you for the 99-cent super sticker there, vegan. Let's see. Just to clarify, you're saying one is yes. And yes, Chris, that is exactly what he is saying. Now that he's gone, let's talk about butts. He's been doing that all night. What is this, about the 5% to get 3 more likes? Just one more actually there. Juan, one more like and we get to 30. Tactics, I need you to warranty my Flex Sander. Oh dear God. He can put that towards a phone charger. Thank you, Denny. I appreciate that. So Souls, you are straight guy. I am the straight guy here on YouTube, the one, especially in the tool space. When you're looking at Total Retard Zone and Vagicream, it's not really hard to be the one straight one. So thanks, Sharush.